What?
22 years ago today, one of my favorite wrestling video games of all time was released. WCW nWo Revenge. To this day, I still regard this game as one of the most fun video games to play. Not just wrestling games, but all video games. On October 26, 1998, this game was released for the Nintendo 64 in North America. I was 11 years old at the time and smack dab in the middle of the Monday Night Wars. This game couldn't have come at a better time. This game is a time capsule back into a lost era of professional wrestling. WWF and WCW are competing to put on the best product on TV every Monday night. They were also competing in the video game market. My love for professional wrestling really took off with the release of WCW nWo World Tour. World Tour came out before Revenge, and World Tour was released about a year after the Nintendo 64 came out. The full potential of the console, the Nintendo 64, was not tapped into yet by THQ and AKI. However, what this game did have was at its core. It was a fantastic foundation for building the ultimate wrestling game. That game is fantastic, however, I would have to say my favorite in the series is WCW nWo Revenge. Back in 1998, you had 3 major wrestling games released in North America. On the PlayStation, you had WCW Nitro. Although this game wasn't great, it still had some charm to it. On the WWF side, you had WWF on the PS1 and the N64. To me, this game just doesn't age well. You had to constantly pause the game to figure out the moves, and it's just not very fun to play today.
His brain's on vacation.
After World Tour, AKI and THQ really amped it up with Revenge. They built upon the engine by introducing ring entrances, improved graphics, more arenas, more signature moves, actual WCW championships, attire modifications, and a roster that was just unmatched. You see, when WCW was good, it was really good, and this game captured everything great about WCW. The game had everyone divided into factions that they were actually going on at the time. You had NWO Hollywood, NWO Wolfpack, Raven's Flock, and WCW. They also had some fun made-up groups with characters they created such as EWF and DAW. The roster included Hulk Hogan, Sting, The Giant, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Raven, Kidman, Roddy Piper, Goldberg, Chris Jericho, Rey Mysterio, Scott Steiner, Bret Hart, DDP, Kanyon, La Parka, and many, many more. Let's not forget about the infamous AKI Man and THQ Man. Not only was the roster massive, but everybody you played as felt like the person you wanted to play as. THQ and AKI made sure they had unique moves and taunts for everyone in the game. DDP felt different than Goldberg, Nash felt different than Rey Mysterio, Raven had his signature corner taunt, La Parka had his dance, everything just felt right. I think this is something that not even modern wrestling video games can capture to this day. Sure, 2K will include the largest roster of all time, but it won't really feel like you're truly playing as these superstars. One thing that really helped this out was the fact that the controls were so simple to pick up and play. If you tap the grapple button, you could do a weak, fast grapple. Out of this, you could move the D-pad in one direction, tap the A or B button, and do a move. Holding the grapple button will let you do a more powerful move, a strong grapple. And this same mechanic was used for strikes. Holding the button would do a more powerful strike. Another thing this game did right was the spirit meter. When your meter goes up, your opponent's goes down. Both players were constantly fighting back and forth to control the pace of the match, all while building up to your finisher. When your spirit bar is built up, all you had to do was taunt, and there you had your finisher. You had a limited time to do the finisher until the special meter ran out. Simply do a strong grapple and wiggle the joystick. Your finisher was done. Every superstar had a front and back special, so you would constantly choose new characters to figure out what finishers they had. Sure, this game lacked a bunch of modes that WWF WrestleMania 2000 and No Mercy added in the later years, but that doesn't matter. At its core, this game works perfectly. You could see why WWF decided to get the license from AKI and THQ to make wrestling games. Nothing could match them at the time. Now, WCW may be long and gone, but it still lives forever in this perfect video game recreation, WCW nWo Revenge. If you have not played this game, go play it right now. Thank you guys for watching this type of video. If you guys do want to see more like this, make sure you smash that like button and let me know in the comment section below. Without further ado, I figured we could take a look at the full uninterrupted intro for WCW nWo Revenge. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in another video.
What